you have to play this match like it's the final if you want to play at the World Cup. Win this match and reduce the gap from 6 points to just 3 points. And it's about time for Nigeria's 8th game, in the group for the qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on Bafana of South Africa on Tuesday, the 9th of September by 5 p.m. Nigerian time at the Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein, South Africa. Now, looking at the current group standing right now, South Africa topped the group with 16 points after 7 games played. Benin second with 11 points. Nigeria third with 10 points. South Africa just needs a draw in this game because in the next 2 games, for me, I believe they're going to win those games against Zimbabwe and against Rwanda. And it's been impossible for us to catch them. Now, the idea is that Nigeria can get a maximum of 19 points for this World Cup qualification series. And hopefully, we are hoping that South Africa get deducted 3 points, and that close the gap will be even if we win our subsequent games, and they also win their games if they lose to Nigeria. It's just that we have to bring our calculators at this point of the qualification for the World Cup. We made a mistake last time around as well. We failed to qualify for the World Cup, although we lost to Ghana in the final qualification series, but this even feels worse. We started on a very bad note, playing 1-1 draws against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. I've gotten just 2 wins so far out of 7 games played, and those 2 wins came against Rwanda home and away. A few days ago in Uyo, we defeated Rwanda by 1-0. Of course, a lot of fans were not impressed with the Super Eagles performance, but the most important thing was that we got the 3 points. Now, playing away in South Africa, we have to get all 3 points. South Africa just needs a draw, and they're going to do everything possible to frustrate Nigeria because they know if they can get a draw, or if they can by some miracle also get a win, they would be at the World Cup. I can tell you for free. Feels like South Africa are running away with it. There's also another route if Nigeria fails to win the group, and that would be to go for the playoffs. Now, because we have 9 groups for the World Cup qualifiers in Africa, the top teams automatically qualifies for the World Cup. We will now have 4 of the best second place teams go for a knockout phase where one will represent Africa at the Interconfederations playoff, and that's a long route. Nigeria currently can get a maximum of 19 points, but if you look at the ranking of second place teams across the 9 groups, we have teams on 18 points, we have teams on 15 points and 14 points, and it's easy for them to easily get to 19. We have to also score more goals. We are currently on +2 goal difference. South Africa is on +8 as it stands right now. So we have to go all out against South Africa. Sadly, Victor Osimhen was injured in the last game. He could not make the trip to South Africa, so we have to rely on our other strikers, Tolu Arokodare, Cyril Dessers, even Uche Christiansen as well in the squad, and hope that we'll put up a decent performance away against South Africa. In the last game, Benjamin Fredericks impressed me. The shock was that Ekong started from the bench from that last game, but the young boy put up a very solid performance against Rwanda, and I hope he continues to bring that fine form to the Super Eagles in the future. Stanley Nwabali was very instrumental in our win against Rwanda. I know some will say he was very aggressive, but in African football, playing the qualifiers in Africa, you have to show that tactical aggression, in my personal opinion, if you want to succeed on the continent. Don't just sit down and allow team roll over you. You have to bring your A game. You have to show that fighting spirit, because African football, to be honest, is quite different. It's just sad that for this World Cup qualification series, we don't have VAR in play, so the referee will not see every single action. And that's why, if you cannot protect yourself as players, you also have to show that fighting spirit so that, of course, the opponent knows that you're not here to play. South Africa would have the home advantage, but I strongly believe we can get the win. Now, only if we play as a team, create more chances, and more importantly, take those chances going forward. Like I said before, South Africa will be out to frustrate the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And it's our duty to play this match like it's the final, to give our very best, to ensure that we go to the World Cup. Now, from the current squad, only 4 players I can remember, 5 players have been to the World Cup. They're actively playing for Nigeria right now. The captain, William Troost-Ekong, Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, Ian Nacho was not invited this particular time around. Even Ahmed Musa I've been to the World Cup like on 2 occasions, I think, 2014 and 2018. So If they miss this slot, a lot of these players here will be old by then. They'll be like in their 30s or past 30. Not like they'll be old, but you get the point. Players like Osimhen have never played at the World Cup. Ademola Lookman, never. Chukwueze, never. You know, so we need these our boys to turn up. We need to see that fighting spirit. I believe we can win the group. I believe South Africa will get the other 3 points at the end of the day for fielding an ineligible player. It's just down to politics at this point. But FIFA will definitely make that decision. They are an independent body, and we just have to wait. Now, the question is, when would they make that decision? Of course, the earlier, the better, so that, of course, other teams will know their fate. Benin can still qualify. Benin is on 11 points, second in the group, and they play Nigeria last, in Uyo. So let's analyze the remaining games for South Africa. They play Nigeria, they play Zimbabwe, and they play Rwanda. If they lose to Nigeria and they win the remaining games against Zimbabwe and Rwanda, they will get a maximum of 21 points. If they get the 33 points, that will reduce it to 19 points. For Nigeria, we are currently on 10 points. If we win our remaining games against South Africa, against Lesotho away, and against Benin at home, we'll get a maximum of 19 points. Only if South Africa gets the 33 points will we be even with South Africa. However, if South Africa don't get the 33 points at the end of the day, that's the end of the road for us. We will not be at the World Cup. We have to hope that we are good enough to be one of the best second-place teams, across the 9 groups in the competition. However, if we now end up getting a draw, we lose the game, South Africa can get beyond 21 points. And even if they get the 33 points, they can get to 20 points. And sadly, it's going to be the end of the road for us because we cannot catch them at that particular instant again. So it's just on Eric Shekushel now to try his best to come up with the winning formula. At this point, I don't want to even see beautiful football. Just win at all costs. You can work on the squad in preparation for the AFCON, but for now, we just need all 3 points. We have to get that. It's very clear that without that, World Cup dreams definitely over. The mistake started from the very first coach, Ose Pissarro, playing 1-1 draws against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Then Finidi George came in. He also didn't really help matters because we also played draws against South Africa at home in Uyo, and we went away in a neutral ground in Côte d'Ivoire to play Benin. Benin defeated us 2-1, and that automatically, affected us. Eric Shekushel has come in. He's not going to take a lot of blame now because even though we started with a 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe at home, he also got us victories against Rwanda home and away. Our first 2 victories at this qualification series. Our first away victory, our first home victory. So Eric Shekushel, at the moment, he has not done the very best, but at the same time, is not to be blamed. If he had played like this all along, we probably would have qualified to the World Cup already. He has managed 4 games now, and he has been able to get, 3 games now, the qualification series, he has been able to get 2 wins and 1 draw. If he had gotten that earlier, probably would be on 16 points or even more than, will be above 16 points by now. If you want to watch the game live, hopefully it's going to be streamed live on YouTube, SABC Sports. You can also check out DSTV, that's Super Sports, on your DSTV or GoTV at home. If you're in Nigeria, Showmax as well. You should be able to watch the game live. I'll be sure to drop the official link when I find one in the comments of this video or my free WhatsApp community channel. For me, this match is difficult to predict. So I would say Nigeria defeats South Africa because I want us to win. I believe we can get the win. 2-0. Who do you see winning this game? Is that even possible? 2-0. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and follow me here at Ademola Victor TV. And as always, have a good day, guys.